Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Zesty or Testy podcast. I am your host, Testy McNasty. With me as always is Zesty Tito de la Pinga.
That's right.
You're never gonna let me live that one down.
Nope. So talk to me, man. How do we get started every week?
Every week we get started with a toast. If you are in your car, please lift up your coffee cup and join us. If you're not in your car, please pour yourself an alcoholic beverage. Alcoholic, I can't even talk.
Beverage.
Beverage.
Get yourself a beverage.
The more alcoholic, the better, because then we sound funnier.
Yeah.
And join us in a toast as we say, may the very best of your past be the very worst of your future. Cheers.
Salute. So what's it like to suck an elf stick?
So Zesty just made the most delicious drink. What do you call it? Vodka infusion?
Vodka transfusion or something to that effect. Dude, I don't know how to read. Cooked on phonics didn't work for me, so.
And the very first sip I took, I said, damn, this tastes like Christmas. It tastes like sucking an elf's dick. And
I've never done it, so I wouldn't have a comparison, but obviously something go ahead.
Everybody experiments in college, so.
And then continues.
Sometimes when you get on the naughty list, there's some shit you gotta do to get off the naughty list.
Get on your knees, Santa said. Anywho, yeah, dude, I found this recipe. I wanted something different. It's weird to say. I wanted something for that beautiful, nice, breezy day. I mean, it's December, and it's December 3rd,
Yes, right.
and it's not cold.
No.
It's not cold at all. So it was a nice day for a vodka transfusion. So for those of you interested, it's about 3 ounces of vodka, 1 ounce or an ounce and a half of grape juice, a quarter lime, and the rest, all this over ice, and then the rest is just ginger ale. So,
You gotta jack off the elf and collect the spooge carefully.
yeah, of course, man. Yeah, and then garnish it with the elf's nuts. So, or lime, whatever.
Or lime. Lime's easier, but
Lime, yeah, exactly.
if you really want that Christmas, punch.
Otherwise, I'd be going like this with a little elf. Are you making tea?
So, what have you been up to? Now that we've started this off correctly.
Decorating.
How's
Oh,
the
and by the way,
size?
did I mention that I was fucking decorating
Yeah.
for Christmas? Yeah.
It looks awesome. His front yard looks awesome. I know you don't have a shot of it in the. I don't know. We might be able to throw a shot in here if
I might.
you feel like right about here.
Right about now.
So the front yard is gorgeous.
I've got 2 nutcrackers, one like 9-foot Christmas tree, all inflatable. I've got a 3-foot elf, 2 giant balls, Christmas balls, and a 10-foot inflatable reindeer. So,
Very nice.
yeah, I mean, it's I love Christmas. I love decorating for Christmas. Oh, I take that back. I like the way decorations look during Christmas. I don't like decorating.
Put them up as a good
Yeah, it is. And so I feel like the last week has been, well, in fact, the last 3 days, because we started putting these up on Friday. So Friday, most of the inflatables went up, and today, the wife asked right after breakfast, "Hey, did we have anything going on after breakfast?" I'm like, "No, not really." I should have known. I should have asked first. She's
That's
like,
work.
"Okay, so we can finish." I'm like, "Oh gosh, all right." So anyway, it's about 97% done, 98% done.
Looks finished. How much more Christmas are you gonna cram in there?
I still need to finish the garage doors.
Oh,
Because you know how we have individual garage doors?
sure.
We're going to put probably lights on them. Oh, and I've got a wreath that goes above the... Yeah. You know what I don't want to see?
Huh.
My bill at the end of the month.
Oh, the light
yeah.
bill.
Yeah.
Is you haven't bought all LEDs? Because if it's all LEDs, it's gonna be a very minimal addition to your.
No, I don't like the look of LEDs.
Yeah.
I'm still not there yet, dude. I'm old school. I like to spend money, you know?
Well, the funny thing about LEDs is there was some I don't remember. I was listening to something about government inefficiency, and they had spent all this money up north where it snows to convert the street lights to LEDs in order to save money on electricity, which is smart.
Yeah, yeah.
But what they didn't realize in the winter is that the actual light posts themselves would freeze over. And before that, they didn't have the problem because the warmth of the electric bulb would keep it melted
Yeah.
and the light could still come through. But once they switched to LEDs, it kind of iced over and the light could not permeate the ice.
You
And
couldn't see the
so
light.
you couldn't see the light.
Yeah.
So
That makes
instead of being common sense and saying, oh, we fucked up, let's go back to regular light bulbs until we figure this thing out, they said, no, let's spend even more money to buy an individual heater for each individual light. And so now they're spending all that extra money to convert twice, plus those heaters are very expensive. They take a lot more electricity just a regular light bulb. So, yeah,
But this is our governments.
that's government.
I mean, whether it's local governments, state, federal, you name it, it's our governments. It's like, if there's one thing they know how to do is
Fuck shit up.
fuck shit up and then waste money to try to fix it. I'm not saying they're fixing it, I'm just trying to fix it.
Yeah. I agree.
But, you know, a while ago we were talking about, before the podcast, we were talking about how's your weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Flew
I-
by.
I was gonna say, I think you said something that, man, it's crazy, but I feel like we don't have weekends anymore, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, my phone doesn't stop ringing on Saturdays, so my phone is continuously ringing. But then comes Sunday, and it's like your day flies by. I feel like we have one day, and it's like half a day.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to church, and after church, it's kind of like that's it. Pretty much, my day's over after that.
Yeah.
Relax a little bit.
Come record a podcast.
Yeah, and this is why the podcast is important to us because
This is your little respite from
this
time
is
suck that
this
is
is
life.
yeah. Well, because this is when I give myself that 1 hour to say, I'm gonna
Treat myself.
I'm gonna treat myself to my spa.
Yeah.
You know, to a drink, and I can have a drink any other time, but it's like the bullshit that comes with it.
Yeah.
Not that we're not saying that this is bullshit. No, because what we say here is very important to most nobody, but it's important to us.
Shit talking is an important part of drinking.
It really is, and smoking.
Smoking is an important part of drinking. Hey, you know what? Armando said the same thing to you, but you got me fucking smoking cigars on days that I'm not here. Like, I didn't used to smoke cigars, and like now I'll go to my garage, and I got like a little chair and a little table, and I'm just sitting there out in the garage. I'm not smoking a big one like this. I'm smoking a small one like that. And then my kids are out like, "Why are you out here doing drugs, Dad?" And I'm like, "I'm just smoking a cigar. I just wanted a cigar, and I didn't want that before. But like, you've given me a bad habit."
You're welcome.
Yeah. It's like,
I mean, look, I wish I could tell you I'm sorry, but what do you do it for?
if I'm trying to do work and I don't feel like doing work, I'll like smoke a cigar while I'm typing out some electronic reviews.
So, see, it improves your lifestyle,
Yeah.
your work production.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. See, now, hang out with me, folks. It won't be good, but you'll appreciate it.
You'll have fun until the cancer takes you.
Yeah. No, don't say that. No, because earlier, yesterday, I was having a conversation with my daughter, and she says, "Yeah, smoking cigars is bad." I'm like, "Only if you inhale." And I was explaining to her what my doctor had said. He asked me one time, he goes, "So how often do you smoke?" I said, he goes, do you smoke and how often do you smoke? I said, "I don't smoke cigarettes, I do smoke cigars." He goes, "Okay, no problem." And then he goes on to the next question.
Yeah.
Right? So if he says no problem, then I'm going to assume everything's all good. So I doubled up.
But yeah, no, I'm not inhaling into my lungs like I would a cigarette. I'm just kind of like holding it in my mouth, letting it roll over,
The
and
case,
then letting it out. But I mean, that still makes you like gum cancer and shit, upper throat, upper neck cancer.
This
Just not deep down in your lungs.
This
It's
is
just
supposed
not
to be a
wholesale.
positive, fun podcast. Not if you're gonna die.
Hey, it's 22 days till Christmas.
It's beginning to look a lot like that time when you spend a shitload of money for your kids to have the gifts that they're going to use once or twice, maybe lose whatever it is that you got them, and or not appreciate shit of what you gave them.
Exactly.
Christmas.
I noticed you don't have annoying Christmas music in the
Could
background.
you hear it in
It's
the
like-
background last week?
No, you couldn't hear it, but you could hear. It just added to the cacophony of noises that we already have.
So we should play it a little louder.
No, don't put on Christmas.
I think we should.
Just leave it on.
I think we should.
I think it's fine.
Whatever. Fucking Grinch. That's why you're wearing that color, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because you're a Grinch.
It's
Nice shirt, dude.
Army Grinch.
That's that guy, right?
Oliver Anthony music.
Yeah.
I've worn it before. It's got the living in the new
that's right.
world with an old soul.
Hey, so last week, speaking of right now, when you showed off the shirt, I was just thinking that last week we had that issue. I downloaded that app, and that app, took over my the internal app on my tablet, and so that's why on my tablet I don't have the option to flip video anymore. I have to use the.
You have to use that damn app?
Yeah,
You can't just use your regular video
which is
anymore?
fine. But so my apologies to folks.
Wait, can you
because we have-
uninstall it?
Yeah, no, I can.
Yeah.
I can. But I mean,
It was inverted. I could read Gen X.
Well, I was able to figure it out that same day.
Yeah.
But the apology was because I started uploading our podcast, and it said everything was going well. And later on that night, I saw it, and I'm like, oh, it's uploading already, right? So we're good. Left it, and I figured in the morning it'll be there. Well, Monday morning, it wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I had a few people ask me, hey, did you not record the podcast? And I'm like, no, we did. We just had some technical difficulty, but I left it uploading again this morning. So obviously Monday, when you text me, it wasn't up yet. So I didn't get to upload it till like Monday evening. So I'm not sure that was a YouTube thing. I don't know sure if it was like just too long. I have no idea. But
Yeah. I also didn't get to upload it to Spotify audio because this stupid and I can't stress this enough. Don't use the Podbean app. The Podbean app is trash. But if you go over an hour and 30, it won't let you save the podcast. It asked me to edit it down to under an hour and 30, and then the app crashed, and then so I lost the audio
I wonder if that had anything to do with.
because we went over an hour and 30.
Yeah.
Let's keep it under an hour and 30. I
So
think.
today's podcast will only be an hour and 29 minutes.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
make sure we end it on time.
Yeah.
But yesterday we couldn't find because we kept like being like World War III and all this shit, and I was trying to find a place where we got to like a good spot, and then we kept like, and then finally we found a good spot to end it on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Well, shit.
That's what he said.
I'm glad it finally uploaded.
Yeah. No.
So
yeah.
can you uninstall that app, or are you just gonna leave it on there? And
Well, now that I
already
know
use
how
it
to
now?
now that I know how to invert it,
Yeah.
because we're handsome. You know, we're a pair of handsome guys.
We're just not tech savvy.
We're just not tech savvy. Yeah. God gave us looks. I mean, I wish He would have given us money along with our looks. You know, but we would have been dangerous.
That's why all the beautiful women are crazy, because like everything is just handed to them, and like any minor inconvenience is like the worst inconvenience they've ever
Yeah.
had in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not like that. We're humble. You know, we appreciate the fact that God made us beautiful, handsome. You know,
Crazy.
if God would have made us handsome and rich, then we would have been very dangerous
Yeah.
to society. So, you know, I'm just glad we're here. But again, we're not tech savvy. That's where I was going. And you know, if somebody knows how to do this shit, we've already said it. Come and do it.
Yeah.
And,
Do you have Spotify?
Mhm.
Does your Spotify give you a year-end Spotify Wrapped, where it shows you what you listen to the most?
I don't use it often, so I don't know.
Uh,
But I saw the one he sent me. What was that? So Testy sent me a. What was that thing?
it's a
It
little
was,
image. So if you're a Spotify user, you will know that at the end of the year you get your Spotify Wrapped, and my kids are like, that's the highlight of their year. They're like, oh, I wonder what's going to be on it. And you click on it, and it tells you about your entire year. It's like, this is the song that you listen to most. It's like, oh, you must have been going through some heartache, because this is that broken heart song you listened to 12 times when that boy dumped you. and then here's fucking your top 5 musicians, and this is all this shit. And so I got that. Number 1 was The Cure. Number 2 was Prince. Number 3 was Billy Joel. Number 4 was The Smiths, and number 5 was Sublime. Those are the top 5 groups that I listen to. And then
Did
when
you listen to the Smiths?
yeah, you know, like more.
I love the Smiths, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
And then it'll tell you the number 1 songs, and like number 3 song with me was the fucking Nightmare Before Christmas. What's this? What's this? Because fucking when Halloween was here, my little kid, she wanted to hear it over and over again, so that snuck into my like top 5.
No, of course, yeah. You
No, it was me. I love Jack Skellington.
Thank you. Thank you. Just fucking come out and say it, dude. It's okay. No, I don't listen to Spotify, or I don't use Spotify enough to
The reason I brought it up was because Zesty or Testy is about to do the memes of 2023. We're gonna do a 2023.
You can see how high tech we are, right?
I know, right? I still print shit.
We print it out.
I don't know how to fucking edit the.
Look at these visual effects. Here, let me show you.
Come fucking help us. We're 2 old men that don't know shit about shit. Like most red-blooded Americans, I get my news 100% through memes.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You still watch the TV. You still fucking
I do.
get regular news.
Yeah.
So we're going to see how many of these came out in the news and how many are just exclusive to the memes.
January.
January. You ready for January? Thank you for your cervix. Do you remember this?
No.
So this lovely young lady was a police officer in Tennessee. I don't know her name. I looked it up, but then I forgot it again.
Juana.
It was Juana. So she's in a small town in Tennessee, and she's married, and she tells the other officers on her force that it's an open marriage. So she's getting fucked by 5 different guys on her police force, including the chief of police. And apparently, it's okay to fuck your coworkers if you're a cop. You're just not allowed to do it in uniform. But these dumb fucks were filming themselves in uniforms, running trains on this bitch, and fucking her like showing her tits in her uniform and stuff. And you would think cops would be smart enough to not dry snitch on themselves, but
I think those are the worst ones, man.
those are the worst ones. So they had to fire all 5 of these cops, including the chief of police. And it's a small Tennessee town. It's one of these towns where like everybody knows everybody.
She's the new chief of police.
No, she got fired too. You can't fuck your coworkers. Well, you can, just not in uniform. But like the poor dude was like her husband was a security officer, and he had wanted to be a cop, but he wasn't good enough to be a cop. And then all these cops was fucking his wife. And he's like, we did not have an open marriage. I don't know why she's telling everybody that.
He's the new chief of police.
He might be the new chief of police. But yeah, they had to hire like a new chief of police and a bunch of cops and a tiny little. So that meme made the rounds on. If you were on social media at all, you saw this bitch's face and thank you for your cervix and all these other little jokes about trains and shit.
Shit, I don't remember that one, dude.
You don't remember that one at all?
I missed that one. This is before I hopped on TikTok, dude. Yeah, this is before I knew what TikTok was.
What got you on TikTok? Was it me or was it because?
No, it was my kids. It's you know, you hear a lot on the news about TikTok, you know, and it's like how bad it is. And so
you gotta find out what's going on.
yeah, so I did. I went in there. I'm like, this is trash. All this shit my kids are listening to and watching on TikTok is trash.
And you just scroll for hours.
3 hours later, it's so much trash. Hold on, let me load this one. Let me heart this one. More trash. Oh, yeah. Let me try. Oh, nice recipe. Yeah.
Here's one of the great things about TikTok. It is 100% a reflection of you. Like the first time you turn it on, it's going to be a bunch of weird shit that you don't understand.
And eventually it starts.
But as you start clicking likes, it literally adapts to you. So if you're like into weird, sick fucking shit, it's going to show you nothing but weird, sick fucking shit. My For You page is like a bunch of like really dumb jokes. Like there was a...
Mine's all recipes, dude.
Yours is all recipes.
Yeah. Dude, I
get that.
I get it. Well, and then for a while there, when my kids started band, I would show her different videos, and so I started looking at bands right?
So you get some band shit.
So I started getting like bands and then like high school stuff, like these like bands in other countries or groups in other countries.
Yeah.
And recently I told my wife, I said, "That's a cachiporrista." And she's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's some band with some girls that dance in like Central and South America.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know what the purpose of them is. They're just wearing these skimpy outfits and they look like high schoolers too." But I'm like, all right, maybe this is it.
So you get the weird shit that I send you?
Yeah, probably so too, dude. That's probably where I got some of that weird shit. But then, like, I started looking at more. My wife's, I'm sharing some stuff, and I'm like, "Oh, this is funny. I saw something funny,"
Yeah.
and I'll skip through like 6 videos until I get to the one I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And those 6 videos that I skipped, it's like food.
Yeah. Well, I get
That's
it.
so weird.
That's a reflection of you, brother. Mine is
Yeah.
all like dumbass dad jokes, and then like
I got some of that shit too.
weird. I sent you one where it was a bunch of chicks on a merry-go-round type thing, and they were just spinning them until they all
Oh yeah, they all flew out.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's,
That's the kind of shit that ends up on my For You page.
that's the kind of shit I get a kick out of, dude.
Whoa. So anyway,
So
if,
we got February.
if you're like turning on TikTok and it's all like weird shit, it's because you're a weird motherfucker.
Yeah.
February, I know this was on the news. That little weird Chinese spy balloon that just kind of floated
The
across
one that
the
got
sky.
shot down.
When it finally finished his job and sent the last little bit of information back to China, it's like, all right, shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It only took us like what 4 months to
The
shoot the
entire
damn
fucking
thing. Yeah.
course of the thing.
It's like I don't know what it is. There's something floating over our country. Let's just.
Like from coast to coast.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just see what it does.
You know what? If I was a spy balloon, I would like to float over like the Rocky Mountains. I think that would be peaceful.
For all I cared, did all that shit, dude.
The spy balloon's living my best life.
Yeah.
He's up there with the cigar and the whiskey, just like, look at this view.
Oh, airplane. Missile.
Alright. March is the collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank.
Oh yeah,
Now,
that was a big one, dude.
the world is fucking
That's what she
crazy. Yeah, that's what she said. You got 2 big nutcrackers in the front lawn. That's what she said.
Cracker nuts.
The world is a fucking crazy place right now. But the one thing that does make sense to me is the collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank.
Why?
Because you'll get this little app on your phone, and you downloaded it for free. You get to make the little dinosaur jump over like a hedge bush and shit. And every once in a while, a commercial will appear, and you just click the little X in the top right hand, and the commercial disappears. And whoever wrote this app takes it to the Silicon Valley Bank and said, "This app is worth $5 million," and it makes like fucking 5. Here's 8 million, motherfucker. Go make me some money. And it's like, how you making money on that app?
Yeah.
How you making money on that app?
Mm.
So like the fucking chickens came home to roost. So after giving all these monies for all these fucking apps that you download for free and that don't generate a lot of ad revenue, they finally figured out, hey, these apps ain't worth shit.
Yep.
And the bank collapsed. And that makes sense. That finally makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's stupidity. I mean, look, the truth is, there was something in it for the bank, you know, and the bank know at the end of the day, or at least they thought, right? We'll go ahead and we'll get out of this. I'm pretty sure the federal government's going to get us out of this, you know.
Yeah, all the banks get bailed out.
Yeah.
That was one of the few that did not.
Well, no, I don't think they did.
Yeah, good. Good. We need to quit practicing corporate socialism in this country. If you fuck up and your business collapse, let it collapse.
Yeah, you're on your own.
You're part of fucking, that's how nature works.
Yeah.
Like, some other bank will come and eat up all your assets, and it's
Nature versus nurture, right?
nature recycles itself.
Yeah.
When the tree falls down, all the fucking fungus grows out of the tree and recycles it into the earth. You don't get the government like putting the fucking big ass tree back up and trying to fucking make a dead tree stand up.
Folks, this is why I said it's called nature versus nurture. Who's going to win? Nature, dude. Nature, absolutely. If you nurture something, it's like, I mean, think of a child growing up, right? Do you just let nature happen, the natural thing, or do you nurture it? Yeah, you're going to nurture it a little bit, but at one point, you're going to have to let go,
Yeah.
right?
You gotta let your child make mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's how they learn a hell of a lot more by making mistakes than by you trying to.
And then what happens
Teach
if you
them.
nurture all these banks? They're going to keep making the same fucking mistake because
Yeah.
somebody's going to be out there to bail them out. So fuck you.
Well, that's what happened in 2008. We bailed out all the banks, and now now real estate is fucking through the roof, and
Yeah.
it's not a normal price.
It's not, dude. It's ridiculous.
Which is good for me, except for the taxes.
I gotta tell you, dude, I'm enjoying this.
It's delicious. Thank you. You did a great job. This is my new favorite Christmas drink. I'm not sure if it's like considered a Christmas drink.
I have no idea, dude. I was
I'm
just
gonna
known
start
as,
calling it.
normally people call it vodka transfusion. You call it elk dick. I mean, good for you. Anyway, so that was March. What happened?
Speaking of elf dick, speaking of drinks that taste like dick, in April, Bud Light collapsed because they sent a can with Dylan Mulvaney's face on it, and apparently that pissed off Kid Rock.
And a lot of people, obviously.
So we already talked about this in an earlier podcast.
We're not going
because
to have another conversation.
we're not going to go through it again. But to save you from like digging back through Spotify, my opinion was the beer that already tastes like dick. You know, you're surprised when it comes out of the closet and reveals itself as the gay fucking beer. Of course, it tastes like dick its whole life.
You know, you call it what you want, right? I think it's drinking any of those beers is like drinking water, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're not even drinking beer. So don't fucking come and say, "Oh, look at what they did to my beer." No,
Yeah.
it's your water.
You were drinking water.
You were
all this
drinking
time.
water. Yeah, I learned a long time ago. I may have told you this, but I had a good friend, former boss, that once said, "Drinking American light beer is like
Where was he from?
a British guy."
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, those beers are fucking dicks.
yeah.
Those beers are like drinking chocolate milk with alcohol.
Yeah, yeah, dude. He says drinking American light beer is like making love on a boat.
How's
It's fucking close to water. And ever since then, I'm like, it's so true, man. You know, I love. There's a beer. It's a dark lager. It's called Xingu.
Okay.
It's a Brazilian beer. Very dark. I mean, almost Guinness dark.
Yeah.
Right? But it's as dark as it is. It's a smooth taste.
Yeah.
Really good beer, right? And I drink that and I love it. But then if somebody offers me a glass of water, I mean a Michelob Ultra, it really is like having a glass of water. Like I can't drink that stuff because I'm like, why am I drinking this? It doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah.
Or Bud Light or Miller Lite or any of those beers. So
Yeah.
anyway, my point is, if you're gonna drink a beer, make sure it's a beer. And if you have a chance, speaking of beers, try Boddington's.
Oh. Okay.
It's a British beer. I think it's a lager.
Yeah.
It's so good.
If I drink a beer, I drink Modelo. I know you give me shit because it's an import, but Modelo's
Oh, dude, I love Modelo.
Modelo's my favorite American beer.
In fact, I think we're having Modelo for the quinceañera, dude. I think that's what I picked.
Nice.
But
favorite beer.
Mexican beers, dude. I mean, Mexican beers. You give me a Mexican lager,
Yeah.
it's got taste.
Yeah.
Like I love, especially Negra Modelo.
Not Corona.
No, I'm not. I mean,
They changed the formula to Corona when it got bought out.
yeah, dude. If I'm gonna drink something like that light, you know what I like? I like Sol. I like Sol beer,
Soul's good. Yes.
but I love Bohemia
Mhm.
and I love Negra Modelo. Love those two beers.
Especial is my favorite of the Modelos.
Modelo Especial is good. Any Modelo is good, but I love Bohemia. That's probably one of my
What's your favorite?
favorite Mexican beers. Yeah, and I do love what do you call it? Pacifico.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That's another good beer, man. So anyway, so
Estrella, is that Mexican or is that Spain?
no, it's Mexican. Estrella Jalisco.
Estrella Jalisco. That's
Yeah.
my other.
That's a really good beer. It's a good lager. Mexico makes full flavored lagers, and that's why I like Mexican beers, man. Because you can have a lager,
Yeah.
and I guess because here we make so many light beers, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's like at one point when I started drinking, I couldn't have a Budweiser because it was too much for me. So I went into light beers, but then I switched from light beers to alcohol, and I never looked back.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up in Laredo, it's like alcohol, you know, that's
Yeah.
liquor. That's,
Yeah.
I hardly know her. Anyway, liquor in the front, poker in the back, whatever. The point is, that's what I grew up with. And then when I switch over from liquor to a beer, I can't go to a light beer.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree. Light beer is trash.
if you have a
Especially
chance,
when-
try Xingu, Xingu. And you can only find it like at Specs.
Yeah.
Or one of those places. Anyway. All right, so that was April. Is that what it was?
That was April. You don't like me bringing up podcasts on this podcast, other podcasts that are not our podcast, but for the month of May, I have to bring up another podcast.
Okay.
There's another podcast called Whatever. And I guess it's like the leader of a trend of podcasts where it's like a couple dudes. And these are not like good looking, handsome dudes. These are just like, yeah, except they're skinnier and nerdier. And then they're just surrounded by like gorgeous fucking women. And then they just treat the women like shit and make the women out to be stupid. And it usually happens that way because they kind of like all pre-planned and they're like leading the conversation in a way that, you know, the woman's going to answer a certain way. And they're like, well, that's why you're stupid because of this, blah, blah, blah. And the girl goes, oh, well, I guess I am stupid. And so, yeah. You've never seen one of these, but it's pretty much like that. So, the Whatever podcast usually has like extremely, extremely out of my league gorgeous women as their guests. And one day they had a transvestite that kind of looked like if we took you and shaved your face and put like a wig on you, you would look like Gorlax the Destroyer. This is Gorlax the Destroyer.
Once again, awesome visual effects. Which one is Gorlax? Okay.
So, and the meme goes, I love the guests on the Whatever podcast today, Emily, Brittany, Gorlax the Destroyer, because it's just like these four beautiful women, and then there's one dude dressed like a chick just hunched over looking like that. And that was the meme of May. You weren't on social media, so you were not inundated with Gorlax the Destroyer.
No, I wasn't.
But Gorlax the Destroyer was all over the fucking media, the social media in May.
So my apologies to Gorlax for not knowing who you were.
And that's not the transvestite's name. The transvestite's name is something normal.
My apologies.
But like everybody started calling her Gorlax the Destroyer because he looks like a Gorlax the Destroyer.
Come to think of it, I missed quite a bit, dude.
That's why you need to get your news from memes instead of the news.
Yeah, you're right, man. I'm going wrong there. All right, so that was when? When did that happen?
That was May.
All right.
June. You'll know this one because this is.
I think I know June. What is it?
No, you know June. And this is how you know that the TV knows is nothing but 100% bullshit, lies, and propaganda. You remember the tin can submarine powered by a PlayStation controller?
Yeah, dude, that
was all over. So, the reason the news is bullshit is because when that submarine went down, everybody involved in the search and rescue knew it was not a rescue. It was a collection of dead bodies. And the reason they knew this is because every submarine is required to have a completely separate transponder attached to the outside of the submarine. Now the transponder has its own battery, it's got its own signal, it's got its own everything. It's legally required to not communicate with the submarine itself in any way, shape, or form. It is 100% only there to transpond with the marina to keep track of your submarine. It's a legal requirement in the United States. All submarines have to have it. So, and you know, every once in a while, a submarine will fail, the communications with the submarine will fail, but the transponder will still be working. Every once in a while, the transponder will fail. Transponders fail, but the communications with the submarine will still be working. The problem is, when they were in contact with the submarine, the transponder and the submarine failed at the same time. Both of them failed. And the only way that can happen is if they went too deep that they were supposed to go, and both of them got crushed instantly.
It implodes.
So everyone involved with the search and rescue, you knew it was not a rescue. They all knew, fuck, these fuckers are dead at the bottom of the ocean because their shit crushed.
Yeah.
Everybody knew that. But what did the news say? Oh, they've got 3 days worth of air left. Will they find them when the air is still there? Oh, they got 72 hours. Now they got 48 hours. Oh my God, they got 36 hours. Will they find them in time? Will they? Because it's a great story. Why waste a great story when you can fucking lie and drag it on and get like really good ratings?
Yeah.
And those are great ratings. It's great ratings. Like, you remember when those miners were trapped underground?
Oh, yeah.
If you got fuckers trapped somewhere, like, those are great ratings. People are gonna be like, wow, 72 hours.
Due to the TV.
I wonder, man, 24 hours? Holy shit.
I'm calling into work
I
tomorrow.
bet,
so
I want to fucking stay home and see.
I'm taking a PTO. I want to see them come out.
Yeah,
Or I'm going to take a TV to work.
exactly. And then finally, when the time ran out in the air, they're like, oh, by the way, dog, we found out that they're crushed in the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, man. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way. So did they find them? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they found the crushed submarine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's not hard to find a big hunk of metal in the fucking.
I think the I don't know how true it was. I mean, you take some of the news with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that shit's not happening around the world, but I do believe that there's some truth to that.
Every great lie starts with a kernel of truth.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
You
But
can't
that's
tell
why I
a
said,
good lie without like having some kernel of truth in the middle.
I agree. But that's why I said, I mean, I think for me to take for all this, and I kind of felt a little bad. It was the story of that one dad that took his kid.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I want to spend some quality time with my kid.
Let's see something together that nobody else can see. Let's see
Yeah.
the bottom. Oh, Dad, I love you so much, Dad.
Yeah, and the kid didn't want to do it, but it's like,
Oh, the kid didn't want to do it?
that's what the news said. The kid didn't really care to do it, man. That's why I said, I don't know. I mean, there's some truth to some stuff. There's, you know that saying. It's like, it's the tail wagging the dog, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I always talk like when I see some news like that, I'm like, man, I mean, are they trying to get us to think of something else and kind of deviate your attention to something else?
Oh, yeah,
rather
it's
than,
usually a distraction from
Yeah, it's a distraction
what's
from the
really
truth,
important.
right?
Yeah.
So, anyway. All right, so June?
That was June.
All right.
This is July.
You lied to me again.
You lied to me. And this goes back to my point earlier. Why are the beautiful ones always crazy? Do you remember a bitch that stood up on a plane and the plane was already taxiing down the one runway and she gets up and she goes, I gotta get off this plane. They're like, man, we can't go back and sit down. And she goes, I'm getting off this plane. You can stay on this plane. And you can stay on this plane. I'm getting off this plane because that motherfucker is not real. And then she, boom, takes off. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That motherfucker's not real lady is the fucking July
Did you
meme.
like me?
So she has since gone on interviews
Mm-hmm.
and they ask her, so what the fuck? Was it a lizard person? Was it a shapeshifter? Was it a robot, an android, an AI? What was it? She goes, no. We just got into an altercation, and when I said he wasn't real, it was just play a speech, like he's not down to earth, he's not real. Exactly, dude, exactly. Bullshit. I call bullshit on you, lady. Either she had a mental breakdown, or there's fucking shapeshifters in our world, or...
No, I think she just had a breakdown.
Yeah.
I mean, are they shapeshifters?
You can do some weird deep dives on YouTube, and there's like, they've got all these celebrities, and like they'll be recording them, and also like the pupils of their eyes will change shape, and you don't know if like they're doing it with computers or if like,
Nowadays, AI, man.
yeah, you can do a lot of shit, but
Oh. No, so my take is on that woman. I remember the dude. I forgot about that.
yeah.
I think she was just like.
But I gotta say, like, that is one of the most gorgeous ladies that I've ever seen. That's not your type?
No, she was pretty hot.
Yeah. So, and there was a period in my life where I only dated like crazy women. So like, if I had met that girl in my 20s, it would have been like,
The girl.
that would have been the girl. I would have still, baby, I believe you that it wasn't real. Fuck everybody else, it's you and me against the world. That would have been me.
When do we attack?
I'll fight them for you, baby.
Oh my god. All right. July. That was July.
That was July.
What happened in August?
Okay, so August has 4 of them, but I don't want to go through all 4 of them. Can I just do my favorite one? Or do you
the
wanna
top
go
two.
through all 4 of
Let's
them?
do the top 2, but after these messages.
Okay.
How you doing over there?
Oh, we can, yeah. Let's pause for the cause.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get him some more elf dick, so you can start enjoying it or keep enjoying yourself.
I love how we fucking changed the name of the drink, Elf Dick. I'll fucking drink this Elf Dick all fucking night, baby. Let's pause for the cause.
Yeah, or for elf dick, whatever. Talk to you guys soon. Doing it again.
That's some good elf dick.
Verga de duende.
The Duende?
Duende.
Duende.
Yeah.
That's how you say elf.
It's duende verga. That's what you're drinking.
Duende, verga. Recuérdame.
That's gansito.
So, top 2 of August. Lizzo, you know who Lizzo is.
Yeah.
Big old fat pop star that celebrates being big and fat.
Yeah.
Went to the Netherlands. What are the Netherlands famous for? The red light district.
Oh, is that right?
What's that one city? Fuck, I can't think of the city. In the Netherlands that has the red light district.
Shit, I don't know.
Okay. I can't think of the name of the city right now, but it's famous. If I said the name of the city, you would think like fucking red light district. So anyway, she had a concert in the Netherlands, in the city. She has a tendency to throw an after party after every concert,
Yeah.
and her backup dancers are required to go to the after party.
Oh, yeah.
You heard this one already?
Yeah, I remember that.
So in the Netherlands, she brought over prostitutes from the red light district because that's what you do in the Netherlands, I guess. And so they were putting on like little prostitution shows like you would expect prostitutes to do. They were fucking themselves with dildos and then squeezing their vaginas to
Amsterdam?
Amsterdam.
Thank you.
When you say Amsterdam, you think of the red light district. So Lizzo was in Amsterdam. She threw an after party, required the backup dancers to go. The hookers were fucking themselves with dildos, squeezing their vaginas to shoot the dildo into the audience. And Lizzo was going, catch it, catch it, catch it, to her backup dancers. Then the prostitutes were fucking themselves with bananas and then opening up the bananas. And Lizzo made her backup dancers eat the bananas out of the prostitutes' vaginas.
No. I didn't know that.
That is what the lawsuit alleges.
These prostitutes put a banana inside their vagina, and banana bread comes out.
Ah!
You know, for some yeast and everything, you know?
That was good.
Yeah, thank you.
So they sued her because that's sexual harassment, and I don't want to.
In the Netherlands?
And when you're in Amsterdam, you got to do what the Amsterdams do. But that's what the lawsuit alleges. The backup dancer sued
Is
her.
that what people from Amsterdam are called? Amsterdams?
Yes, Amsterdams.
And they're Amsterdams.
These damn Amsterdams.
Amsterdams. Right.
So anyway, the meme was banana. Anything where you can associate Lizzo with a banana, that was the fucking meme of August.
What was the second one? I remember that one.
My boy.
Oh, Anthony, what's his name? Oliver
Anthony Music.
Right.
The meme was, you know, the famous saying is gingers don't have a soul. Have you ever heard that before? There's a meme on the internet saying that redheaded people
Are you
don't.
considered a ginger?
Yes. People say gingers. I do have a soul. People say that gingers don't have a soul. That's the joke. And then when Oliver Anthony released his song, the meme was gingers. It turns out gingers do have a soul. They just save it in and then release it in one big explosion of soul in one great moment.
Like a troll.
Like
and
a troll.
rainbow comes out.
Of their asshole.
Yeah.
So those were the two memes of August. But my favorite one was Lizzo. I just wanted to do that.
Yeah, I remember that, dude. I remember when that shit happened. I'm like, quit your shit, quit whining. Sometimes I wonder, how much truth is there to that, you know? Did it really happen that way? Or, yeah, exactly. Or was it just that, you know, it's like something else pissed them off and they used that as an excuse? I don't know. I mean, you know what, Lizzo? Whatever. I don't care. You were August. We move on. What happened in September? Dude, I can't believe that shit happened in August.
Yeah.
Years went by.
Year did fly by. Okay, September. September is the Mexican aliens. Okay, go ahead. I know you've got fucking 12 jokes that you're going to do right now.
The Mexican aliens?
The Mexican aliens. Go ahead.
What about them?
I don't know. What do you tell me?
What are you talking about? What happened? Other people coming over? No, what is...
Okay. I thought you were gonna I was gonna say Mexican aliens, and you were gonna be like fucking bam, 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 bam,
No,
like
what
we
are
were
you
playing
talking
Duck
about?
Hunt. Do you remember when the American government was like, aliens are real? And everybody's like, we don't give a shit. And they're like, no guys, seriously, aliens are real. And everybody's like, we can't pay your bills. Nobody gives a shit about that. Do you remember when the
No.
government did that?
Yeah, I remember that shit, yeah.
Okay. So, Mexico had the United States government back. Because when the American government came out and said aliens are real, fucking Mexico came out and said, yeah, motherfucker, we got two. And Mexican Congress had two fucking dead aliens brought in
Dude,
by
I think that shit was in my dream last night.
brought in by this doctor. This doctor says, I got two dead aliens. And he went and testified in front of Mexican Congress. And fucking, they're like, this is real aliens. And so the same shit that was happening on us, at the same time when we were going like, aliens are real, and everybody was like, nobody gives a shit. Mexico was going, aliens are real, and Mexico was going, nobody gives a shit.
I remember all these videos popping up about UFOs over Mexico. Maybe that's what this was about. But I didn't hear this part. But I'll tell you what, dude. This looks like the little alien that was in my dream last night.
Yeah.
I don't know what I drank, ate, or smoked last night,
Yeah.
but
that dude was there?
But that dude was there. Except he had little wings on him. And he was alive when I saw him.
It was an angel. Alien angel.
Alien angel. Angelian. Huh. That's interesting.
So the meme was like fucking, when you jog all day, forgot to bring a water bottle or all this shit because they all look dehydrated. It was all dehydration jokes.
It was a great ad for like Gatorade.
Yeah, it's like Gatorade. Sponsored by Gatorade, the Mexican aliens.
Gatorade.
So,
Fuck, dude. I mean, I missed that one. Turns out I missed quite a bit, man.
you did, sir. You did. You need to spend more time on social media. Or I'll just fucking send you shit.
Yeah.
If I see shit that's funny, I'll just send you shit.
October.
So October is blank on this paper, but I got one for October. The FTX trials. Do you know what FTX is?
Yeah.
So the meme was, find yourself somebody that looks at you like the court artist looks at Sam Bankman-Fried, because that's what he really looks like, and that's how the fucking court artist like made him out to be like some kind of like
GQ model.
Yeah, GQ model. So
we're GQ models, not that motherfucker.
So there's like several questions. Number one, why the fuck do we still have court artists? I mean, we've had photography for at least 100 years. Why do we still have somebody whose job is to like sketch somebody in the
somebody
courtroom?
needs a job, dude.
All right, somebody needs a job. But that's like one of those. That's like an appendix. That's like one of those.
Like
antiquated
stenographers,
things.
dude.
Like a stenographer. Why do we have court
Because somebody
stenographers?
needs a job.
Chingo.
I mean,
If they gotta type on that weird little typewriter that doesn't have like real letters on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hieroglyphics. I see. Nice. Yeah, because some people need a job. Maybe the government doesn't know what, like, voice recorders.
They haven't figured that shit out.
Yeah, no. I mean, they paid $3 million for one. Let's go back to the LED lights on traffic lights.
Yeah.
All right. So that was. I remember that.
So yeah, I would like to talk about crypto a little bit. Bitcoin is way different than every other crypto. So a lot of people, when they think about God, there's a certain class of Christian that think of the clockmaker God. Have you ever heard the clockmaker God theory? Okay. So, I believe God can still create miracles. God did miracles in the Bible, but there's people that say, the age of miracles is over. God doesn't do miracles anymore.
No, I do believe that.
So they believe in a clockmaker God, where he set up the universe to work a certain way, and then pressed on, and then stepped away, and he no longer gets involved. That is the way Bitcoin works.
Mm-hmm.
The one person, and there's a name, it's a Chinese name, I don't know the name, that's credited with creating Bitcoin, but it could be like a group of people that created Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But they created Bitcoin in a way that a clockmaker God would. They started Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a certain number of Bitcoin that ever will be, and it's immutable, means you can't change it. what Bitcoin is the only Bitcoin that'll exist, including the stuff that can be mined in the future. But once it reaches its limit, that's all the Bitcoin, and you cannot change it. All these other cryptos, they can change whatever the fuck they want about it. You know, they start the crypto and they can go back and change the programming and shit. With Bitcoin, you can't go back and change the programming. The programming set in motion is all locked down. You can't change it.
Do you have any investments in crypto?
I used to. I sold it to pay off when they gutted out one of my rental properties, and I had to pay $5,000 to get it fixed.
Mm-hmm.
I had to sell off my Tesla stock and my crypto stock to fucking pay for all that shit. But I used to have Bitcoin, and I only advise investing in Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is the future. All these other coins, I don't believe are the future, because Bitcoin is immutable. All the other ones are mutable. You can change them all you want.
I got no investment on crypto. I'm not familiar with it. I'm not educated enough on cryptocurrency. Yeah. So I guess I'm still using penny cents, nickel quarters.
I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised we still have pennies. I'm surprised we haven't just done away with it. Like nickel's the lowest
Denomination?
denomination.
Pennies are important, dude.
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln was important.
He's on the 5.
What do you do with Abraham Lincoln if you
He's
get
already on the 5.
Yeah, but he won't. I mean, his place was on a coin initially.
Yeah.
So
he's on the 5.
it's not a coin. Are you gonna make a coin out of a $5 bill?
Eventually, we're gonna fucking. A 5 will be worth so fucking less. It will be fucking worth a coin.
Well, nowadays,
we're
shit,
fucking
you can't.
going.
Exactly, I was gonna say. Nowadays, you can't get shit for. Well, unless you go to that Five Below or what's it called? What's that store called? Five Below.
Five Below.
Yeah, Five
Yeah,
Below.
I buy
if you go to
t-shirts.
If you go to Five Below, my kids love that store.
Five Below's got great t-shirts, but like the collar always fucking falls off. Like the sewing's real bad.
I've never bought a t-shirt there. They don't have t-shirts at Five Below in my size. Double extra medium.
I find double X's there, but I guess.
Okay, triple extra medium. Anyway, I always have to go there. Fucking brag about how you're a 2X.
Is that a brag? Is that really a brag though? Is that really a brag?
Oh man. Anyway, no, but you're right. I mean, can't get shit with $5 nowadays.
What can you buy for $5?
Well, unless you go and have lunch at Sam's, dude. You get lunch for $3 at
Oh,
Sam's.
there was like what the hot dog and the coconut hot dog.
Coconut hot dog, $1.50.
Yeah, and they have said that will never change.
So, funny story. Earlier this year, they changed the $1.50 hot dog, and it was like a $1.50 hot dog and a soda.
Yeah,
And you know, I'm a guy who eats 2 hot dogs, dude.
yeah,
So it was like $1 for the hot dog, for the extra hot dog.
yeah,
But I guess they decided to get smart. They're like, no, it only comes as a combo.
yeah.
So if you order a hot dog,
You had to get 2 Cokes.
so you have to get 2 Cokes. So I'm like, and the lady's like, so I'm like, all right, well then let me have 2 combos. And she's like, here, 2 sodas. I'm like, I just need 1. Will you get 2? I'm like, don't waste the extra fucking cup. Just give me 1 cup. I just need 1 cup, right?
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, that's my point. Is it's like, I guess you can have 3 hot dogs and 3 sodas for under $5, dude.
Pretty much. Right there, you're right at the edge of with taxes. You're right at the edge of $5.
Dude, for $5, you can get a hot dog combo, slice of pizza, and a sundae.
All that sales.
Yeah, $5.
But you also have to pay like the yearly fee, which is like $72.
It's a business expense.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cricket pays for it.
yeah.
There is a place on the south side that I've never been, but I want to find. There's a SAS store,
Yeah.
and right next door is a store that sells penny candy, and you can still go in and buy like the little fucking root beer barrels and shit like that for nickels for each candy.
Next to the SAS store or inside where the SAS store is?
Maybe inside where the SAS store is.
Because they have, inside where the SAS store is, so SAS,
On the south side.
SAS Shoes,
Yes.
right at the corner of, what is that? Sarsamora
Yeah.
and I'm trying to think what the cross street is.
Tell me, because I've been promising to take my kids there for years and I've never done it.
It's Sarsamora, it's not Division, it's Sarsamora and it'll come to me right now. But anyway, where the SAS Shoes is here in San Antonio, inside
Yeah.
the property,
They still sell penny candy.
there's a general store.
Okay.
So I bet you that's where it is.
That's where it is. That's the one. So you can still buy like a shitload of candy for $5.
Shit, penny candy, you can still buy a shitload for $1.
Well, it's not really penny candy. It's like nickel candy. But the phrase penny candy is like the famous phrase. So
Yeah.
it's inflated to a nickel like each little.
I mean, that's
candy.
20 pieces of candy
Yeah.
for $1.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 100 pieces of candy for $5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's no, I'm just kidding. Well, that's 200 pieces of candy for $10. That's 1,000 pieces. Of candy.
Goddamn.
Anyway, SAS shoes.
But that was 2023. I hope you enjoyed it, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude,
Hey, I got most of the hour. We're still.
I still can't believe we don't even know what's happening in December. So stay tuned because next month we'll talk about December.
The meme of December.
Yeah. Stuart,
Just year testing makes it big. We suddenly go viral with our shitty ass
two crazy
year in
handsome
review.
guys make it big.
high tech images.
Visual effects, you know. So stay tuned. They will be on Jimmy Fallon. You see those awesome visual effects? I mean, the way we zoomed in and out. Look, my hand's gonna get bigger. And the microphone just
Too
fell.
much elf dick.
Yeah.
Way too much elf dick.
Bueno.
So yeah, man, we just gotta end it with a happy note.
Yeah. Yeah. In December.
It's December. It feels like
It feels like March.
March. There's a nice breeze. It's a nice day. We could like play soccer with the kids out here or some shit.
That's what I was doing yesterday. Well, not playing soccer. Took my kid to a soccer game. Oh, dude. I went to go watch Napoleon.
Oh, Mary Lou wanted to see that, and I wanted to take her to that. It was good.
Great movie, man.
Yeah.
Really recommend it.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, dude. The guy gets immersed into his role. He's phenomenal, dude.
Yeah. I
Um,
love the Joker. That was a good
Yeah.
movie.
You know, it's not often that you see a person just. There's certain actors who can do that, who can really get into their roles. All right,
Is it
into
Daniel
their
Day-Lewis?
characters. Yeah, there's one right there. That guy Rami Malek when he did
The Queen movie?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Dude,
That is a good
I
actor.
had like it. There was several times during that movie where, like it brought like all of a sudden something just clicked. I'm like, oh, it's not Freddie Mercury, you know. But the guy did such a good job at like getting immersed into the role. So back to Napoleon, the guy was amazing. Now, the girl that plays Josephine, I don't know what her name is, her real name is, but that was to me that was like that added token bonus.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah, the icing on the cake because I happen to be a big fan of her. I think she's such an attractive young lady. She's got beautiful eyes.
Is she hotter than that motherfucker's not real lady?
Well, in my personal opinion, I think so. I think so.
I'll have to go watch the movie and weigh in next time.
Watch it, dude. It's
Mary Lou wants to go see it, so I'll take her on the date night. It's not. I don't want to take the kids to that. I'm
So,
sure they wouldn't sit
the
there.
wife and I don't get to go out very often, right?
Yeah.
And because we always got shit with the kids going on.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday we had an event happening. It was like adults. It was some of the band parents. We were gonna try to get together. And she says, "Hey, we're gonna do that band event dinner for the parents." I said, "Yeah, let me go in there and I'm gonna go ahead and sign us up to bring something, right?" And our luck, right? We sign us up to bring something to this dinner. And as soon as I sign up, within 10 minutes, we get a message saying, "Hey, not enough people are going to be able to attend, so let's move it over till before or after spring break." And so I was like, there goes our outing, right?
I had a night off.
We had the night off, so I told her, I said, "Hey, you know what? Screw that. Let's go to the movies." My kid really loves history, so...
You took the kids.
Well, no.
Okay.
No, because we heard that it was there was some inappropriate scenes,
Oh.
and there
Like
were
violence or sex?
no sex.
Oh,
I mean, look, the guy who's really trying to have a baby.
okay.
I'm just gonna say.
Josephine, you got Josephine.
Oh, Josephine and a couple of others, or one other. So
Oh.
He really was.
I didn't know Napoleon was like that. I didn't know he was like getting all over the place.
He had a bit of a complex, the guy, a Napoleon complex.
I heard a story about Napoleon where he wrote a letter home to Josephine and said, I'm coming home from the battlefield, don't shower. Because he wanted her like nice and musty down there.
It didn't happen in the movie.
He didn't have it.
No. But, I mean, they're French, so I'm pretty sure there was a little mustiness happening.
So you know right. Napoleon was not short. Napoleon was like 5'9". The whole Napoleon complex comes because his enemies had a big propaganda thing to tell the world that he was short. And like in all the cartoons, he was this tiny little dude. And like the most famous thing that we remember about Napoleon throughout history is he was a short man. But it was a lie that his enemies told. He was an average height man.
Well,
But even the Napoleon complex is a complex to talk about short men that like act bigger than life to make up for their shortcomings.
so the conversation I had with my wife earlier today was about that, because they made it a point to
Oh, to say that he was not short?
that
in
he
the
was
movie?
short.
Oh, in the movie.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, we were talking about how they purposely had all these actors that were
Taller than Joaquin
him.
Phoenix.
Yeah, in fact, Josephine was taller than him. you
Yeah,
know?
it's a tall ass chick.
Yeah, and it's the girl that plays Queen Elizabeth's sister in The Crown.
I didn't watch it.
Well, for those of you who did, it's she plays.
My wife watched it.
Yeah, I don't know the girl's name, but she's got beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, they made it a point to make him seem like short. You know?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's like what I was asking. My wife was asking, what's up with these people following him? I'm like, when you're a leader, you're a leader,
Mm-hmm.
and you can do whatever the hell you want.
Oh,
Good.
why would they follow him if he was short?
Good, no, good, bad, or indifferent. Because if you take a look at how many soldiers were lost in his battle,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh,
So I don't think for those of you who know history or have some knowledge of history, I mean, I didn't know what the number was, but during his reign of power, right,
yeah.
he lost a total, I think they said 3 million soldiers.
Did he invade Russia?
He tried to.
So I saw a graph
Mm-hmm.
where it starts off with the number of soldiers that Napoleon invades Russia with. And it's like, it's the number of soldiers versus the distance traveled into Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And he invades in the middle of winter or some stupid
Yeah.
shit. And like, it's just like, and the deeper they get, they just fucking blah, 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 blah. Just because they're not even dying from war, they're dying from cold.
So you see that in the movie.
Yeah.
You see that he starts out. A few other countries had theirs, offered up their soldiers
Yeah.
to him to go invade Russia, right? And so he hits the first city in Russia, and it's like nobody was there. Everybody had fled the city, right?
Yeah.
And so he's like, dude, I mean, this is going to be easier than I thought, right? So the next city is like 200 miles away, and he's got to go to St. Petersburg. But in the process of going to St. Petersburg, guess what? He faces, like they told him, hey, our horses are not trained for this kind of weather.
Yeah.
Our guys are dying, and they show bits and pieces where he's like tearing off like
Shoe leather.
like from a loaf of bread, he's like handing it to some soldiers, right? And these guys start getting sick and start dying. And it's like, so that part of history I knew, but so the number of soldiers was like 40,000, and what he lost was like 28,000 out of the 40,000.
Yeah.
Something crazy, right? But I told God, there's no. I mean, you think about it, and you're like, man, this guy did so. He killed so many people, of his own people, for the purpose of him, wanting to succeed.
Yeah.
But I was telling her, and then he comes back. They send him off to some island, right? And he comes back, and all of a sudden he tells the soldiers, "I miss you guys. I miss being in battle with you."
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they're like, "Long live the emperor!" Right?
Oh, they're ready to elect him king and shit.
They're ready to like just embrace him again.
Yeah.
But I told her, I said, "How different is that? Fast forward 200 years, because that was like 1790 something, right?"
Yeah.
So fast forward 200 years. I said, how different is it from, you look at somebody like a Pablo Escobar or a Chapo Guzman or, these guys that, are they leaders? No. They're members of a fucking cartel, right?
Yeah.
But yet, they do something for the families of these areas where they, plant their drugs or whatever they do, right?
Yeah.
And
They take care of the community.
and yeah, they take care of those people, and so people were saddened when Pablo Escobar was captured, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because, I mean, he could
That's a
be
money
the
ticket.
worst. He could be a terror. He could be this. He could be that. But
You
guess
hand out
what?
some turkeys on Thanksgiving and people
That's
love
exactly right, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he built some schools. He provided for the kids. Here's some clothes. Here's some food.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I don't
Nobody
give a
else
shit.
is doing that.
I don't give a shit. Exactly. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit what he does. He's
Yeah.
providing to us,
Yeah,
right?
the government's not doing that. He's filling a role.
And that was a bit
That's all
of
it takes.
Napoleon, right? And
Yeah.
and so it's like you realize shit has been happening. This same thing has been happening, so we shouldn't be shocked by it, right?
Yeah.
Because the truth is, it's been happening for centuries.
I was just talking to a dude in jiu-jitsu, and this randomly came up. He told me a Napoleon quote. Napoleon said, "Men will fight long and hard for a small strip of ribbon." He's talking about like the little medals that you put on people's coats. They'll go and die
Mm-hmm.
just to like fucking come back and say, "Hey, you did it."
Yeah.
And fucking get that little fucking thing.
Well, he doesn't say it in the movie, but there's a part of the movie where they're challenging something, and he keeps doing this to his ribbons, to all his medals, right?
Yeah.
Like showing them, hey,
I've done all this shit
I've been
already.
here.
Yeah,
all right? But anyway, if you have a chance, go check it out, dude.
I will. We will.
Really good movie.
Mary
man.
Lou's wanting to see it.
My kid went to go watch Trolls.
Is there another one out?
Yeah, there's a new one out. The movie. Oh, so I didn't watch it. She went to go watch it with a friend of hers, in their family, and she said the music was fantastic. And I went in there and looked at the soundtrack. It's got good stuff. But this has nothing to do with Texas. And fuck you for not coming over here. But there's a group out there called Yacht Rock Review.
And they just play rock, yacht rock.
It's
music?
it's a cover band.
Yeah.
Right. Out of somewhere in Georgia, and they play nothing but
Yacht rock.
yacht rock.
Nice.
Right. And I looked at their tour dates,
And
and
they never come close.
not to Texas.
Have you ever heard of the Spasmodics?
Yes.
They play all 80s. It's not yacht rock.
Yeah. No, I know. I've seen them.
Yeah,
Once
I've seen
before.
them too.
They're fantastic, dude.
Yeah. They're fun. They really get the crowd going.
Mm-hmm. So it's similar to the Spasmatics,
But it's all
these
yacht
guys
rock.
yacht rock. Yeah.
Yeah. That's your shit.
Yeah, that's one shit. That's
Well, good.
anyway. But yeah, if you have a chance, Yacht Rock Review.
Out of Georgia.
You know,
If you're ever in
you know what
Georgia,
the fucked up part is, dude? My favorite kind of music comes from PBS. Thank you, PBS and KLRN.
yacht rock.
Well, yesterday the concert was
Oh.
on PBS.
Oh, you watched it on PBS? The yacht
Well, I
rock?
was flipping through the channels and I see Yacht Rock Review, right? And I'm like,
What?
there's a guy.
This exists?
There's a guy singing. It's a song by Rupert Holmes. I'm like, well, I know that's not Rupert Holmes because this guy looks like he's maybe mid-30s, late 30s, right? Rupert Holmes is double that. He's about 76 years old. So I started watching it. I mean, they did a really good job. But it's like all their concerts are like in Savannah, Georgia, something Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, Virginia. I think they're in like, it's like mostly South Florida.
We're the South.
I know, dude. I'm like, why not here? And my kid's like, well, maybe because we don't have that many places with yachts. I'm like,
Ah,
Galveston?
it's not. But yacht rock has nothing to do with boats.
No.
I mean, they call it yacht rock, but I don't know where yacht rock, unless it's like,
This originally, remember, it was yacht rock originates originally from people hanging out in the 70s on
boats.
their yachts in the Pacific,
yeah,
right? It was more of a California lifestyle. It was very coming up on my door.
Yeah.
Three's Company,
yeah.
right? So that's what it was.
So this is the kind of rock that rich people listen to. Like,
Yeah.
and not rock with a hard edge, but rock with a
Yeah,
mellow
exactly.
edge.
It's like,
Yeah.
and they're on Yacht Rock Radio. They're like, it's the yuppie kind of rock.
Yeah.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
So, but you know, for $180, you could get a Yacht Rock hat
What?
and a 70s retro boombox Bluetooth.
What?
Yeah, so I ordered 2 of those.
What?
That's
Shut
good.
the fuck up.
Dude, I'm too fucking cheap to do that shit. I'm like, no, dude, I can just stream that shit. I can just get Yacht Rock Radio on what's that, XM Radio. And I don't even pay full price for that.
Yeah, their XM has become like cable. You can call them up and be like, I gotta cancel. And they're like, if you pay $3 a month, we'll still do it.
Dude,
It's like, all right,
I've been
fuck it.
doing that.
I shit $3 by accident, so go ahead.
I've been doing that for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
Every time so right now I'm on the 12-month plan,
yeah.
and they said, well, we can do 3 months. I'm like, no, just cancel it. Well, we can do 6 months. And I'm like, just cancel it. They're like, what if we were to offer you the full year for only $50?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay.
okay, but
But the thing is, I mean, nobody listens to radio anymore. Even satellite radio. I've got my playlist on my phone, and that's what I listen to. I mean, I still got it in the car in case, like, there's a random moment that, like, my phone's dead or some shit. I don't know. But I'm only paying, like an insanely small amount a month. And that's the
See-
only reason I'm still paying it.
for XM,
For Sirius XM, yeah.
yeah. See, I do too, man. We have it on the truck, and because it's on the truck, I have it on my phone. But then I also have Deezer, right, on my phone.
Yeah.
Which Deezer, for those of you who don't know, it's like a Spotify or a paid subscription, basically, or one of those things, right? And I've had Deezer for years now. So I use Deezer or I use XM, and just like TV, I've become spoiled if it's got commercials. I'm
Yeah,
not
nobody
interested.
wants to do
Yeah,
that shit.
I'm not interested. Now, I will tell you, for some reason, I like listening to Christmas music on 101.9
Mm-hmm.
because I do like listening to that San Antonio's Christmas station, the little commercial.
Yeah, the little jingle.
The
between
little
songs.
jingle, it's something about it.
And then you hear local ads and you kind of feel nostalgic.
Yeah,
when you're a kid.
yeah. So I will listen to that. But anyway, it's fun.
All right. Well, we did the year in review. We still got.
Fancy podcast.
Yeah.
But that one we're gonna save for the beginning of the year.
We'll do that
Yeah,
in
so
January.
stay tuned because in January we're gonna get all dressed up. We expect you guys to get all dressed up with us. We're gonna be
Nice.
wearing like really cool, fancy shit.
Do you know where to find pipe tobacco? Are you going to buy pipe tobacco? Because my cigar store does not sell pipe tobacco. I've got a pipe, but I don't have pipe tobacco. Do I have to go find pipe tobacco?
I think the humidor sells pipe tobacco.
Are you going to buy pipe tobacco, or do I
No.
need to? You motherfucker.
I'm not gonna buy a pipe.
What are you going to do for fancy days? Smoke a cigar?
Yeah, dude.
We do that every time. That's not fucking fancy.
Yeah, but that's pretty fancy.
It is fancy.
I mean,
But I bought a pipe. I guess I'll go fucking find some pipe tobacco.
I think I'm pretty certain that the humidor has it, dude.
I'll drive up to Austin and get some.
You know what? Next week, I think we should have something right here between us. I'm gonna try. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I'm gonna try to go get her some tobacco.
The actress that played Josephine?
Oh, dude. Dude, if she were to be here, I'd fucking kick you off this podcast.
This is now the Zesty Sexy Time podcast.
In fact, if she was here, my wife would be totally okay with me like having my way with her. My wife would be like, "Good for you, she's hot." So, but that's not what I'm gonna.
Wives.
But that's not what I'm gonna have here. I was thinking if I have a chance,
A hookah.
yes,
Okay.
I think next week would be a good cookie.
Okay. We'll do hookah episode next week.
And then
If we have one next week,
then
you're always
And
canceling.
we go to. I'm here now, bitch.
I know around the holidays we're not gonna have it. So I'm glad we got the year in review done today because who knows when we're gonna
Meet again.
meet again.
No,
until
but
January.
but I'm thinking that maybe we could have a hookah next.
Okay.
And then go tell our wives, well, how was the podcast? We had a hookah on
We brought a hookah.
we brought a hookah. All of a sudden, see how quick our wives are gonna get on that. They're gonna be like, what kind of podcast are you guys having? I'm like,
One with plenty of elf dick.
elf dick and hookahs. so. All right, folks. Thank you guys for joining us for the year.
Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Fuck you. Year. No, but seriously, thank you guys. And for those of you who were asking what happened to the podcast, once again, our apologies for not posting it till Monday. But we're here.
We'll get this one up.
Yeah, that's what she said. At least that's what Josephine told Napoleon, that he was going to get it up. And
If Napoleon's not doing the job, it's time for Zesty to step in.
Zesty will so step in. Anyway, I think we're good, man.
Yeah, this is a good one.
It's great seeing everybody, or for everybody to see us. So, what are we calling this? We're calling it
2023 year in
Loving
review. No.
Folks. Year in review 2023.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Stay tuned. We'll talk later.
Adios.
Have a great week.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas.